The first round of the draft flew by, and now it's time to give some way too early grades to all 32 picks. Starting at number 1 with Travon Walker, A-. I'm not a huge fan of this pick due to the fact that I think Hutchinson is better. However, Walker's potential is undeniable and could be a great edge rusher alongside Josh Allen. Now at number 2 with Aidan Hutchinson, A+. Considering he was number 1 on my big board and fell to number 2, this is a huge win for the Lions. Hutchinson's a great fit for the team and he could easily make his case as the best edge rusher of this year's class. The Texans took their Stingley Jr. at number 3, having a B- grade. Don't get me wrong, I really like Stingley, but taking him 3rd overall and ahead of Sauce, I just don't think this was the right value and he was set for the fall-off, so this is a reach in my opinion. At number 4, the Jets and Sauce Gardner get an A. He's the best cornerback of this class in my opinion, and the Jets did the right thing on selecting him. I think he could end up being a top 5 cornerback in the NFL sooner rather than later. Great pick overall. The Giants took Kayvon Thibodeaux at 5 and get a B+. Don't go wild, but I don't really think Thibodeaux will be able to thrive with the Giants. His best potential is concerning to me, but I don't judge the Giants here. He could end up being a huge steal. At number 6, the Panthers took Ekwonu, getting an A-. I like the pick and honestly, I think Ekwonu has way more value than any QB here, so props to the Panthers for the choice. If he does stay in Carolina, Christian McCaffrey just got a hell of a run blocker. At 7, even Neal goes to the Giants with a grade of A-. I have both him and Ekwonu very close in terms of talent, so I think it's fair to give them both the same grade, especially considering they were only taking 1 pick apart. Drake London goes to Atlanta at number 8 for a B. I like London's style of play and the Falcons needed to address wide receiver early on. However, I think both Ohio State's wide receivers were better options here, especially Wilson, so I'm not a huge fan of the pick. Now at number 9 with Charles Cross, A-. He might get overlooked due to Neal's and Ekwonu's potential, but he's an amazing offensive lineman and I personally think this is the perfect fit for the Seahawks. To close out the top 10, Garrett Wilson goes to the Jets getting an A-. He was my favorite wide receiver coming into the draft, so the fact he was the second one taken adds some value to this pick. This was the right move for the Jets. At 11, the Saints traded up to get Wilson's teammate Chris Olave, B+. I think there's a considerable gap between these two, so I'm not a huge fan of the trade-up. However, I do love the fit and the game Olave has to offer is amazing. With another trade-up, the Lions got Jameson Williams getting a B+. Even though I don't have Williams ranked as high as some of the other top wide receivers, I do like the fit for the system, which adds some value to this pick. The Eagles then took Jordan Davis at number 13 for an A. He's an absolute monster and arguably a top 10 prospect. The Eagles went best player available and I also like the fit, so this was a dream scenario for them. That Philly D-line just got very scary. Up next at 14, the Ravens got Kyle Hamilton alongside an A+. I can already see NFL Films making a video on this draft titled Kyle Hamilton Falling and something else. I've said it a lot of times, he's a generational talent and the Ravens just got a steal. At number 15, the Texans took Kenyon Green, B. I think they had bigger needs and better prospects available, so no matter where you look this from, this isn't the ideal pick. Yeah, I like Green's potential, but taking him this early, I'm not a huge fan of. Now with a trade back, the Commanders took Jahan Dotson for a B-. I actually like Jahan Dotson as an underrated prospect coming into the draft. Well, he ain't underrated no more. This was definitely a reach in terms of talent available, but the Commanders did fulfill a huge need, so good pick. At number 17, the Chargers took Zion Johnson, getting an A-. I'm a big fan of Johnson's style of play, and protecting Herbert was a must this offseason, so this is a great pick. I do think there were better players available here, but they fulfilled the big needs, so it doesn't really matter. By trading A.J. Brown, the Titans got Treylon Burks with a B-. I think this is a reach. I don't think Burks should have been drafted as high as he was, but his game is very similar to Brown's, so I think this was more of a business decision by the Titans. Also, wide receiver had just become the biggest need for them, so they needed to fulfill it. At number 19, the Saints got Trevor Penning, A. They listened to me. Taking a quarterback was not smart, but instead they fulfilled both the line and wide receiver. Great job there by the Saints, and Penning is not a reach at all here in my opinion. The Steelers then took Kenny Pickett at number 20 for a B+. I actually really like this pick. Pickett is in my opinion the best fit for the Steelers scheme, and following their trend of never tanking, they just got themselves the most NFL-ready quarterback of this draft without having to trade up. The Chiefs traded up to get Trent McDuffie for an A+. Ignoring the trade details, I love this pick. McDuffie went under the radar, but he's arguably the 3rd best corner of the class, and the Chiefs do need someone as talented and versatile as him. One of my few perfect picks. Now at 22, the Packers took Quay with a C. I don't know, maybe they're seeing something I don't, but both Nakobe and Walker's team and Devin Lloyd were on the board. Why would they go for Walker instead? I don't know. I do like them not taking a wideout here, but come on, this wasn't what Packers fans wanted and deserved. The Bills traded up to get Kaiir Elam at 23 with a grade of B+. I think he's underrated, and he could probably be a top 5 corner of this class, but let's be real, McCready and Booth are better right now, and even though cornerback was the biggest position of need, this was a sort of a reach by the Bills. At number 24, the Cowboys took Tyler Smith, getting a C+. Even though I kinda like Smith as a player, there were better options available for them, and interior offensive line was a way bigger need. I'm not a huge fan of this, and I really hope the Cowboys are betting on his upside because he's not as good right now. The Ravens got Tyler Linderbaum at 25 for an A. The Ravens had a great first round, but not the best one, you'll see why later on. However, Linderbaum is a top-tier center, and the Ravens went best player available, and I really like it. The Jets then traded for the 26th pick to get Jermaine Johnson and an A+. How did he fall that far? Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of his personality, but he could easily be the steal of the draft, maybe competing with Hamilton. Absolutely love this pick for Jets, who absolutely nailed this first round. Video on them coming soon, that's for sure. At number 27, the Jags traded up to get Devin Lloyd for yet another A+. The fourth perfect pick goes to the top-tier linebacker who somehow slid out of the top 25. I think the Jags made the right move by trading up to get him. He's a real one. The Packers then took Devonta Wyatt at 28, getting an A-. I actually had them picking him in one of my earlier mock drafts and somehow got it wrong in the final one. Anyways, he's a great addition, and I actually love the fact they didn't reach for a wide receiver here. Great pick in my opinion. At 29, the Patriots got Cole Strange to get a D-. I didn't even consider him a top 100 prospect this year. That says something. He was projected to be a 3rd or maybe 4th round pick, and he got drafted 29th overall. I don't like this pick at all. Patriots are losing the offseason right now. At number 30, the Chiefs got George Karlaftis for an A. I really like this pick, and I'm surprised both him and Johnson fell off the top 15. The Chiefs now have a reliable edge rusher, and their defense now looks very solid. The AFC champs took Daxton Hill at number 31, getting an A-. I really like Hill's versatility, and his upside is undeniable. However, the Bengals could have used a top offensive lineman here instead of a defensive star. Regardless, I really like the pick. With the last pick of the first round, the Vikings took Louis Sain, getting a B+. I would have expected them to draft Sain in the second round, but instead they took him in the first. Am I mad? Not really. I think it's a great fit, and despite being taken a little early, I really like the pick. And anyways, there are my first round draft grades of 2022. If you want to support us, check out our Patreon in the link in the description. And as always, thank you so much for watching, and until next time.